Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Not again. Hold on. Why can't I see the chat? There it is. All right. And here's my cat. What is it, Mixa? Not today. Oh, not today. Oh my god, dude. I guess we can just kind of wait. We can just wait for people to come in, I guess. Oh my god. What a terrible. Oh, what a terrible game, man. Oh. Oh. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't get it. Guys, I don't know. I don't get it. I'll let people come in. Let's see. I mean, topics we going over. I don't know. I'm not even in the mood, dude. I'm so exhausted. That game took something out of me. Shoot. What's today? Wednesday? Let's see. Thursday. Friday. Saturday. We can do like half that. We'll go live again tomorrow. That's just what we'll do. We'll go live again tomorrow. We'll do about 4 or 5 things today. I don't know. I was at the game. Bro, dude, I'm so sorry you spent tickets on that. I hope they were nosebleed. That was not worth it. You did not want to see that up close. Mika, so what are you doing? Why are you rubbing your... It's okay. I think she's upset by the loss too. It's okay. It's all right. It's not your fault. Are we going to talk about that Gilbert Arena segment? Sure. You sent that over, didn't you? Sure, we can talk about that. Nothing in particular. I mean, I was thinking we could go over the game. Okay, so what we can do, we can go over the game. We can react to the press conferences to see how many we got. And then we can do the Gilbert Arenas thing. That's fine. Why not? Okay, girl. Okay. All right. When you start pressing buttons on the keyboard, that's when I got to take you off. Yep, that's when I got to get you. Say goodbye. Oop, sorry. Say goodbye. Say goodbye to the good people. Bye-bye. Okay. Cat unplugged the router. Nah, that's in the other room. Spurs suck. The Spurs do suck. Yeah. We still got 20-something games left. We got enough games. I mean, the Spurs will win some, okay? It's just... I wasn't expecting to win this game, but I was expecting it to at least be close. I thought that the Spurs would finish off strong. They started this game pretty strong. Here's my cat. They started off pretty strong, but I don't know what happened. Third quarter, they just fell apart again. Second quarter, all right, we'll get into it. Honestly, this is just going to be a rant about one player. And yeah, people are going to get upset. Some people. I don't care anymore. Keep Wemby and Fasale. Everyone else can be traded. Don't be so quick to say that. There's a few players that I would... Well, no one... First off, okay, should we do a tier list again? Let's see. What's that website that you do tier lists on? Tier list maker. Let's name it, trade him. Here we go. Okay, you must log in. All right, let me sign in with Google. I think I might already have one, honestly. Except I can't see the screen, girl. I can't see the continue button. Oh my God. What are you doing? What do you want? What do you want? You don't know? You were already fed. I don't know what you want. You just want attention? Let the jump off? It's not letting me sign into this thing. Ah, screw it. We'll do a tier list at some point. We'll do another tier list. We'll update it. Not that it needs any updating, but we'll update it. Whatever. Yeah, dude. Like, I understand the whole thing of like, oh, trade this player. Just trade everybody except Devin and no. There's things that I'm seeing on the court where there's some guys where I'm not ready to just trade them away. Now, if you were to trade them, you better be getting something really good out of it. But I don't really see a suitable replacement right off the bat for some of these guys. But hold on, we'll just bring up the game. All right, you're gonna hate me for this. Guys, I am going to get hated for this. Not really. I don't know. I think a lot of people are starting to share the same sentiment that I have when it pertains to this particular topic. All right. Listen. I want to go ahead and say this right off the bat. When you lose by 20 points, 20, 30 points, whatever, blowout, it's never just one player's fault, okay? Never. It's never just one player's fault. It is a team effort, and the team let each other down. Now, you can have one or two guys that came to play, but most of the time when you lose by that big of a number, it's usually team effort. It is maybe a mixture of talent, but it's also a mixture of effort, mental stability during the game. So I will never pin one loss on one player, okay? So let me say that, all right? When I say what I'm about to say, I am not blaming this one player for this L. I would never do that, okay? Now, with that being said, Keldon, guys, I don't know what we're supposed to do here. Here's the thing, all right? With every player on our team, I can at least say with a lot of confidence that there's a reason for them to be on the court. Even if they're having a bad shooting night, if they're not facilitating as well as they normally do, if they're just off completely on the offensive end, there's always something that I can lean on, right? Champagnie, right? Champagnie's not like the best starter of all time. He's probably going to be an end of the bench type of guy, right? If the Spurs were to keep him, he'll be end of the bench. But he does space the floor. He opens things up because, you can't leave him open. And then when it comes to defense, he's decent. Okay, he's a decent on-ball defender, and every now and then he can give you a steal or two. So I see a reason for keeping him on the court. Sohan, same thing, right? He's more of a glue guy. I'm never expecting him to average a lot of points. I don't think he'll ever be that type of player. But defensively, there's a reason for him to be on the court. He plays tremendous defense. And in my opinion, he did a fine job on Luka tonight. So Sohan, there's a reason for you to be on the court. Trey Jones, he's basically the only point guard facilitator we have. Can he shoot? No, it looks like he's coming back down to earth, but at the same time, he's fine on that end. And then when it comes to defense, he's suitable. Okay, he's okay, especially for his size. You can't ask for too much there. Devin Vassell, same thing. He's a threat. Can't leave him open for three. Teams know that. And then defensively, he always comes to play. Like, he's been playing very well defensively. We looked at the numbers there. We looked at the metrics. But guys, Keldon Johnson is absolutely unplayable when he has this bad of a shooting night. People can sit back and they can say, well, why don't you point the finger at this player? Why don't you point the finger at this player? Why don't you point the finger at this player? And the thing is, he's our longest tenured Spur. He's been on the team longer than anybody. Of course, you should be a little bit more critical of somebody that's been on the team this long. And I think what frustrates me the most when it came to this game in particular, and many games, is that he seemed to take it upon himself when the Spurs were playing a completely different way. I've said this already. That last game that Keldon Johnson played, the beautiful W that the Spurs end up getting, I thought that was one of his best games of the season. And he didn't show out. It wasn't something that everyone was like, whoa, wow, he had a highlight play. He didn't have none of that. But I think that he played pretty well. Like, he played within the system. He distributed well. I think he went 4 for 8. Not perfect, but it's fine. But it seems like his main mode is attack. It's like his main mode, his first go-to, his first thought is attack. That first shot in which he just jacked it up in the paint, you could see Sohan kind of be like, what are you doing? Like, come on. Like, I mean, they weren't arguing. It wasn't no, controversy there or anything like that. But Sohan was kind of like, what are we, come on, man. Like, get your head in the game. It was like, what are we doing? Because the team was distributing very well during this game. And that's what frustrates me. It felt like he put it upon himself to play hero ball when we didn't need him for that. I'm okay for him playing hero ball when we're already down by 20, right? Like, he had a lot of open threes. I'm not mad at him for taking those open threes or whatever. But for a big chunk of it, it was just like, dude, this is a close game. We're up right now, okay? We don't have to play here. Just distribute the ball. Distribute it. But he took it upon himself like, no, I'm gonna do my own thing. And what frustrates me the most is that there's no other area in Keldon Johnson's game that he makes up for it. He can't make up for it. And I feel like it will be irresponsible of me at this point to not just blatantly just call it how it is when it comes to Keldon. Because I feel like part of me have been kind of like holding back sometimes, only because obviously like people love Keldon and he's a fun guy. He's nice. And I like Keldon too. Like, I genuinely do like Keldon. It's not like one of those, I'm sorry, it's like I'm holding a baby right now. It's not like the DeJounte Murray situation, right? Like, I as a character, like his character wise, I didn't really feel him that much. And then on top of it, you top it with the way he played on court. I didn't think that it was very suitable for long-term success. But with Keldon, it hurts more for me to say this because I genuinely do like Keldon. But you got to be honest, man. This is bad. This is really bad. This is not good. You okay? She can tell I'm upset. It's not good, guys. Like, I don't know what else we supposed to do here. It's just he's taking it upon himself to do this. In this game, it's like the basketball, his basketball awareness isn't there. Sorry, I get kind of distracted with my cat here. His basketball awareness isn't there, man. There was no reason in this game for him to take it upon himself early in this game like this. Oh, Brandon, what did you say? The majority of the team was bad in this game and KJ still stood out. I hope the Spurs can move him for some value this offseason. Also, your cat providing emotional support is adorable. Yeah. She's gone away now. I tagged you in a Twitter post regarding Devin's field goal percentage improvement since last season. I think I saw it. We'll have to go over that. But yeah, it's like I said, man. I can actually sit back and say there's a reason for most of these guys to be on the court. Now, as far as Zach Collins, I can't really defend him that much. I'll be real with you. But at the same time, he's not really a center. And yeah, I just can't defend him that much, to be real. Osman, I don't think he'll be here. Graham, a lot of these guys, I just don't think they'll be here. But Keldon, dude, I don't see how we can be so bad, and the team as a whole can look so bad, but yet and still Keldon Johnson is the one where we're like, what the heck? And the reason why 1-4-11 stands out so bad, guys, because someone said it, like, why does it stand out? It stand out so bad because he's so poor defensively. And I think that a lot of people watch Keldon and he emotionally makes them feel well. Like he came to the team at a time where we potentially could still be winning. So I think people still have kind of that. I mean, I don't know if it's long enough to say nostalgia, but sort of nostalgia towards Keldon. He shows so much emotion. He has these highlight plays here or there. He has these 1 or 2 plays that stand out, and people love him for it because he's so emotional. But I'm sorry, like, just because he's emotional, just because he's showing heart, doesn't mean that that's good basketball. His basketball decisions are abysmal. Like it's overwhelming how bad it is when he's this late in his career, or at least 5 years into his career. It shouldn't be this bad. He doesn't allow the game to come to him at all. I mean, it was inevitable in this game that he was going to have a poor shooting performance the way that he came out the gate. There was no reason for him to come in the game the way he came in the game. Every time he touched the ball, it was like, oh, I'm going for the paint. It's like, what are we doing, man? He did it like 2 in a row, and then he just jacked up a bunch of threes. Some of the threes were wide open. I'm not mad at it. But then that's the thing, too. It's like teams can just kind of leave them open. It's just, that's my takeaway in this game, man. I think it's to a point where I've seen enough of it. It's not just this game. It's not just this season. It's the whole career. I don't think that Keldon has made big enough of a leap for me to be excited for the future. And nor do I think that he fits with this team right now. I just don't. He seems like sometimes it feels like Keldon is on like another planet. Like he's in his own island while the rest of us are distributing the ball. It was very frustrating, and that would bother me the most. Like I said, not saying that the loss is all on him. Obviously, you don't lose by this many points and it's all on Keldon. Nor would I say that all the games this season is on Keldon. But I am very worried for the Spurs to have a championship playoff caliber team. And if you have to have Keldon Johnson in a late game rotation, what he'll do. He's a momentum killer at times. When you see a Keldon drive, you know it's not getting passed out. And that's what's frustrating, because the game prior to this, he passed the ball out plenty. He played within the confines of the team. And this isn't anything new, by the way. I was just hoping that over time that he could change his mindset. I don't know. Maybe it's just like who he is as far as a player. Because he did the same thing with Kentucky. He was the same player with Kentucky. He definitely killed the momentum tonight. As soon as he came in, dude. It's frustrating. It really is. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. He let me down. He let me down, guys. Not only did he let me down tonight, but he let me down the other night too. On Prize Picks. That was a terrible segue. I don't know. Big shout out to Prize Picks for sponsoring this video, sponsoring the live stream, sponsor the channel. great stuff, good stuff, wonderful stuff. This was actually one of mine from the other day. You can see that Keldon Johnson, all he needed was 2 more points, and he screwed me over. That's what this entire segment was. Yes, Bevan. This is what this entire segment was really about. This is what it was really. No, it wasn't. No, honestly, I am genuinely disappointed with Keldon Johnson. But let me tell you guys a little bit about Prize Picks, okay? I'll just show you how it's done. You go over to Prize Picks, and there's 2 different modes here, okay? There's 2 different modes. I call them modes. You got the demons and you got the goblins. What does that mean? Well, you can't see it. Well, the demons, that means that's a risky one, right? That's a pretty risky one. And the goblins, that mean it's an easy one. You could probably win that one pretty easily. So if we see down here, you scroll down, for instance, DeAndre Ayton getting more than 20 points, that gets a demon. And the demon, that would just give you a higher multiplier. So you can win more, essentially. So really great stuff there. You guys need to go check it out. Link in my description. You'll get 100% deposit match up to $100. Just use my code SPURSCLAN when you are making your account. Or please, for the love of God, use the link in my description, link below. Click it, and yeah, you support the sponsors. You're supporting me, so it means the world to me there. All right. Keldon really let me down. I'm not gonna lie. He really let me down. Devin had a bad game tonight, but I'm not ready to say goodbye. No. Devin, his defense and his here's the thing, okay? Here's the thing. Just like characters in movies, right? We all love 3-dimensional characters. Why? Because there's more. There's something underneath the surface. All right. There's more that they bring to the table than just one note. And you look at Devin Vassell. He's a 3-dimensional character. Okay. When his shooting isn't going, when his 3 isn't going, he can still facilitate. He can still run the pick and roll effectively. He can still play good defense. He still has things to his game. Now, when you look at guys that's just one-dimensional, you better be really good at that one-dimensional thing, and that's the problem with Keldon. He's very one-dimensional. It's one-dimensional. It is, if I'm not scoring, there's not much else I can do. That's it. If I'm not scoring, that's it. And that's fine if you're a role player and you're like a specialty player, but I don't consider Keldon a specialty player because he's too streaky defensively. I mean, too streaky. No, he's not streaky defensively. He's just bad defensively. But he's too oh my God. He's too streaky from the 3-point line behind the arc. He's too streaky. So he's not necessarily a specialty player. I think Keldon would benefit way more if he was on a team that had defenders surrounding him. And, he was just on the bench unit, helping out maybe a championship team or a playoff caliber team or something like that. He needs to be on a team that surrounds him with defenders. And we're just not that right now. And as we're rebuilding, I would much rather see other guys get those minutes, get that playing time, and we fill that spot than anything else. Devin Vassell, I'm not quick enough to say trade him, especially if the trade is something in the ballpark of I don't know, for like I don't it's nothing really on the table that I can think of that I would really trade Devin Vassell for right now, unless it was for like straight up give us Trae Young, like Devin Vassell and a couple picks for Trae Young. Like, yeah, of course I would do that, but I don't know. I don't think this is a super easy spot to fill with what Devin Vassell is bringing to the table. He could very well end up being a suitable, mind you, 3rd option on a playoff caliber team. Be a really good one at that. I could even see him coming off the bench and being a really good scorer off the bench as well. Vassell and Sohan are showing growth this year. Keldon hasn't up to this point. That's the difference. Exactly. Yeah. Vassell has undoubtedly showed growth this year. Sorry. I didn't want to be mean, but I had to be honest. Oh, gosh. Shoot, why did I hit that? I accidentally hit the record button. I'm sorry. Spurs fans are funny. This roster has won 11 games, and even with the number one pick, may have the worst roster in the league. But yeah, let's talk about one game. What? Wait, you're not talking about... Are you talking about me talking about Keldon in this game? I mean, this is just an example. This is just a small sample size of a continuous issue over the past, like, 3 years now. You're not being mean, Clan. Thanks, Brandon. Thanks, Brandon. All right, somebody brought something up. I think Bevan sent me this, so let me bring it up. Give me a second. The heck is it? Wait, did you send it to me, Bevan? Oh, you said you tagged me in it. Hold on. This isn't gonna work. Hold on, I liked it. I could just find it. It's okay. Pretty sure I could just find it. All right, Brendan. Brendan says Vassell and Sohan are showing growth this year. Keldon hasn't up to this point. That's the difference. Yeah, I wanted to show you guys this. Check this out. So this is from NBA University. I believe, so Bevan said that he sent this to me. So I guess that's how I saw it. I'm sorry. Sometimes I just jump straight to things and I don't really know where I got it from. But yeah, so shout out to Bevan for sending this to me. So NBA University posted this. And these are the largest improvements / declines in the rim field goal percentage from last year to this year. What stands out? Well, I can tell you what stands out. Devin Vassell, oh my God, second best improvement in the entire league from last season to this season when it pertains to field goal percentage at the rim. Now, we already know that he's been very open in saying that he wanted to work on allowing the game to come to him. Finding ways to start to get hot, and he's done that. I thought that he's had a pretty good season thus far, and I say this all the time that even if your scoring isn't going, he can bring something else to the table as well. Now there's someone else on this list, okay? Devin Vassell and Trey Jones. Trey Jones has also done a great job of that. I think Trey I was not expecting this, okay? I'll be completely real. I was not expecting this. I was expecting Keldon Johnson to get the most utility out of getting a Wemby. Because on paper, when you watch Keldon Johnson, it would make sense for him to look better next to someone like Wemby. Wemby opens up the floor. Keldon likes to drive to the lane, so you would think that would open it up for him. Keldon can be a streaky three-point shooter, but because of so much attention that Wemby brings, I thought that maybe his shot would be much better this season. But no, the guys that actually benefited the most, or I think the player that benefited the most, is Trey Jones, actually. Or one of the players that benefited the most is Trey Jones. So yeah, his field goal percentage has drastically improved. And I think that is I don't know this for a fact, but I think that that's a byproduct of having a Wemby on your team. Because when you can do the pick and roll, it's the same issue that we're having with teams, right? When we go against the Atlanta Hawks, when we go against the Mavericks, we have the same issue. And it's trying to gamble on whether or not the pick and roller is going to, or the ball handler in the pick and roll is going to either shoot the shot or pass it up to a lob. And I think right now we're kind of seeing that with Trey Jones and Wemby, where Trey Jones coming off the pick and roll or being the ball handler in the pick and roll is really opening things up for him tremendously. You can pick and pop with Wemby. It's just so many options with him. And I think that really helps him. And then Devin Vassell, just overall, I think he's been more aggressive. That's been my only critique of Devin this entire time, mind you. Like, I get frustrated when people try to compare like criticisms from one player to the next and just put it on even playing field. And it's like, no, you do criticize certain players differently than you would others, right? Like, would we criticize Bryn Forbes the same way that we criticized Kawhi? Like, no, why would you? They're completely two different players. In hindsight, I should have been way harder on Bryn Forbes, but hey, we'll talk about that later. But overall, all I have to say is I think that this team has made huge leaps, and anybody that tells you that there is an improvement or they don't see improvement, they just either aren't paying attention or they're stat sheet watching, or I don't know. They see the L's and they stopped watching altogether. So very impressive what we're seeing from them. And I feel like there's a lot this season that we can take away from it. Even with all the losses, we can at least sit back and say, hey, you know what? I can see the skeleton of a pretty good team, right? I can see the foundation of a really good team. And Devin Vassell is undoubtedly part of that. Undoubtedly. Let's see. What does this have to say? I didn't see this one. This is AOP. What they do? This took a bit of work, but here are the biggest plus minus changes from last season. Field goal at the rim for every team. Oh my God. If you can hear that, that's my dryer. Could you hear that? I think it's going to do it again. Let's see. Changes in field goal percentage at the rim from last season. Oh, okay. We got to keep going. All right. Oh, this would be interesting. All right. Let's see. DeJounte Murray went way down. This is where I'm like, guys, you don't actually watch DeJounte Murray. The people that wanted DeJounte Murray back is like, you haven't watched Atlanta play. Stop it. Also, his defense has been poor. I'm assuming for the Spurs, Sohan would be in the negatives. Oh, shout out to Derek White. Let's see. Dang, Garland. Let's see. Lucas went up. Shane Ivy. There's the Warriors. Steph Curry's went. Woo. Let's see. Dylan Brooks went up. I'm just trying to see any names that stand out. Kawhi's went up. Rui Hachimura went up. Desmond Bane went up. Giannis went up. Let's see. Let's go to Spurs. We'll just skip on down to Spurs. San Antonio. Oh, no. Actually, Keldon's went down the most. Sohan is right in the middle. I thought Sohan's field goal percentage at the rim went down. Maybe he brought it back up. He has been looking pretty decent recently. Devin Vassell way up there. Trey Jones way up there. Zach Collins 2% difference there. That's interesting. Yeah. So Keldon, yeah. Keldon's went down. Stop. No, Ruru. No, we're not doing this tonight. Okay? I'm sorry. I can't do this anymore. I got to be honest. It would be irresponsible for me to not point out the obvious at this point. But I mean, I'm just showing. I didn't know Keldon's went down. It went down 2%. And that's like, oh, that was not for you. Oh, okay. Sorry. Must have been somebody else. Sorry. I'm too defensive. RJ Barrett's, let's see, anybody else we care about? Colin Sexton. Guess that's it. This is a pretty good post. I should like it. I'm going to like it. I'm going to show them love. No, wait. So Spurs fans can see it. I'll just like this one. Guys, follow me on Twitter, mind you. Follow me on Twitter. Also, if this is a segment on YouTube later, subscribe. Okay? Subscribe. Comment. Do something. Do something in the comments, please. Somebody do something. At the very least, follow me on Twitter or X, whatever it's called. I don't know. Clan the Spurs fan. I'm excited to see Wemby play with a different team in the Rising Stars. Yeah. Keldon did have a bad game. He is in a slump right now. It's tough to see that for him because he's all heart. He does play with heart. But I don't know, man. It's like if his scoring isn't there, it's over. Like and he's the longest tenured Spur. I think people should be a little, not mean or anything, but skeptical. It's not looking good. All right, guys. Are you listening? Are you listening to me? Noah Magaro George. I love you, Noah. If you're watching this, Noah watches the video sometimes. I love you, Noah. You're awesome. He posted this. Tim Martin shares insight into training Wembanyama. I did not watch this, but we are going to watch it. Wait, is this on ESPN? This isn't ESPN, is it? No, it's SN. What the heck is SN? Playback speed? We're going to speed it up so we don't get in trouble, just in case. Yeah, we're going to speed it up. But yeah. Oh, yeah. I feel bad for my boy Vosh. H3 podcast. Oh, my God, man. Oh, my goodness. No research they did. All right, let's go ahead and play this. This is what Tim Martin had. Oh, and by the way, if you guys don't know who this is, very famous trainer. We talked about this before. He's trained not only with Wemby, but he's trained with Trae Young. That's like one of his main clients. And there's a little bit of connection there, right? He's the same one that was talking about initially, before we even got Wemby and we were looking at interviews. We were reading up on an article in which he said Wemby gets things quickly, that they were actually meeting during COVID through Zoom. And he was really blown away by how as soon as he shows Wemby a new move, he would add on to it and be able to add on to it from day to day. And he was like, I never worked with somebody as smart as Wemby and as quick as Wemby. So yeah, and we kind of seen this season, right? Like Wemby from day one in the NBA has completely changed his game. I mean, not changed his game, but he looks like a much better player than he did week one to now. And this type of leak, usually you don't get to see until the next season. So yeah, Clan and Vosh crossover. That will be insane. Vosh is huge. All right, let's see. Oh, I can't hear anything. Can you guys hear anything?
On my toes, to be honest.
What the heck? I can't hear anything. Did you hear anything?
Like I've never really had a player that.
Wait, you guys can hear something. Hold on. Ah, I see. Can you hear it now?
No, well, I mean, he keeps me on my toes, to be honest. Like I've never really had a player that, I mean, I remember we was actually in Paris one time and we were working on the baseline turnaround fadeaway, kind of similar to what Jordan and Kobe was doing. As soon as they catch, they kind of hit that quick.
Kobe and Jordan. I love name dropping. Yes. Just name drop as many players as you can. His passing, just like Magic Johnson would work on. Yes. His touch really reminds me of Kareem. Yes. Sorry.
Jordan and Kobe was doing. As soon as they catch, they kind of hit that quick shimmy move and then have a nice turnaround fadeaway. But the way he was able to just pick up on it and again, his fluidity and how he's able to move with such a essence. It's really like poetry in motion to see a dude that big, big old feet and big hands. He's catching the ball and he's moving like he's my size. And so I think from that moment on how quick he was able to pick it up, most guys need almost a day or a week to really understand the movements.
We just talked about this, how quickly he is at bringing things, like being able to implement things. He was talking about how when they were on Zoom and he was just so blown away by, hey, I just showed you this move, and he's immediately ready to, he's a sponge.
With the footwork or what have you. But for him, as soon as I tell him something, I mean, he's picking up on things very rapidly. And so it keeps me on my toes as a coach, because it's like, hey, I got to be ready to keep throwing things at him to keep him engaged, because the way he absorbs information is something like I've never seen before.
All right, cool. So he said the exact same thing that we remember talking about before. Great stuff. Nothing to really add there, I guess. I mean, great stuff. Do you guys have any takeaways? I don't really have any takeaways. I mean, that's all I had to hear right there. I mean, we know what we got here. I think the only thing that I find like really funny when it comes to Wemby is that there's a lot of people that said, oh, we're going to get a lot of Wembanyamas in the future. And I'm just like, are we? Are we though? I mean, how? I mean, how do you? It's like this dude was created in a lab. Like, you can't just get. Like, I understand where people say we're gonna get more Steph Currys. Steph Curry is the greatest player of all time, or not player. I'm sorry, greatest shooter of all time. No, you're not gonna get a bunch of Steph Currys, but I can at least see people imitating Steph. I can see people coming to the league and kind of imitating what Steph Curry did. Right? I think Trae Young is probably the closest thing, or one of the closest things we have to Steph. So it's like I get it. I can see that. But like Wemby is just going to be a bunch of 7'5" guys with fluidity that can do what he does. I don't think so. I don't think so. There might be like the whole thing where when people draft, they might take more chances on guys that are bigger, that has somewhat of a fluid motion, like Wemby. But I don't see us just getting a bunch of Wembys or guys being able to even imitate Wemby. Really, I don't see that. You know, just like the early 2000s, you know, if you got a high draft pick, you probably was going for a big man that's close to Shaq, right? Like somebody like Shaq, brute force, because that's just how the game was played more so then. And now it's, you know, you get somebody that can shoot. I mean, Johnny Davis was so huge on some people's boards, but he ain't none of Steph. Not even close. Not even close. So I don't know. I don't think we'll get a lot of Wembys. More like poor imitations of Wemby. Yeah, more like poor imitations of Wemby. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. It's just too much, dude. Not only is it the fluidity, not only is it the defense.
To move.
Not only is it the defense, the fluidity, his shooting stroke, but it's the amount of competitiveness that he has as well. You don't just get these guys. They don't just grow on trees, right? Jordans don't just grow on trees. We had one since him, which was Kobe, and we ain't really had one since that. I mean, if people try to compare like Anthony Edwards to Kobe, and you can see it sometimes, like Kobe and Jordan, you can see it a little bit, but I don't necessarily think that Anthony Edwards has the competitive spirit as those guys. Like he will take nights off. He needs somebody on his team to kind of. He even said it himself. He was like, "Yeah, I could take nights off." Kyle Anderson is the one that gets on to me all the time. So you just don't get too many guys like that. You don't get too many guys like that. Yeah, looking for Wembys but getting Bobos. Probably. Actually, on second thought, Clan, we could start up some highly unethical, selective genetic engineering program to produce a team of Wembys. I support it. Let's do it. We should do it. I don't know how we start this. I don't know what we have to do. Let me know if you can get us the funding. Sure. Yeah, you guys want to fund our unethical, selective breeding genetic engineering program. All you have to do is head on over to clanthemerchfan.com. Okay, get yourself some merch if you want more Wembys. All right, you get yourself some merch, and we will make a whole field of Wembys. All right, but don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody that that's what we're doing. All right, just let's go to the merch shop. Don't tell anybody what we're doing now. Okay. All right. Nah, we're gonna end this segment. This one's done. Nice. Yeah, that was a nice segue, wasn't it? Smart. Okay. What else do we have to talk about? I feel like I'm missing something. Oh. You wanted to talk about Eric. Yeah, that was a smart segue, wasn't it? Eric. All right, Eric sent me this. Gil Arenas can't believe Wemby's insane triple-double. Okay, let's see. Let's see what we got here.
So Wemby had 20.
Oh my God, this is long. All right, we'll jump straight to their channel.
Yeah, 27.
And we're gonna speed it up, okay? We're gonna speed it up. 0.25. That's what we're gonna do. We're also gonna get closed captions. All right. So before we start, let me go ahead and say this about Gilbert Arenas. His takes can be sometimes god awful. Okay. But we care about the Spurs. We care about the Spurs here. That's what we want to talk about. And I will be honest in saying his takes on the Spurs have been pretty great. All right. I feel bad for other teams because when it pertains to the Spurs, this man is spot on often. What? That's a bad video. Prepare thyself. Oh no, is he? What do you mean? Gilbert Arenas has been great. He didn't flip on us, did he? This is the same group trying to dump on Pop. Yeah. McCants does that. And Brandon Jennings kind of sucks. His takes suck. I don't know. All right. Well, oh God, I'm nervous now.
Yeah, 27 points, 10 rebounds, 10 blocks. Only 29 minutes of game action.
Oh my God,
First rookie since David Robinson to record a triple-double with blocks. Admiral did it back February 23rd, 1990. Shot, we see you.
Wait, you got a Spurs?
No, he got a Wemby jersey.
Wemby.
Oh, wow.
You don't even fuck with Pop.
We said that.
That's out. Nah.
Our resident
You don't even fuck with
Spurs
Pop.
adjacent fan.
Wemby don't fuck with Pop either.
Shit, yes, he do.
We both don't fuck with Pop.
Yes, he do.
Oh God. Oh. Where do these people get their information? What are they talking about? What is he talking about? I don't know, dude. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know, Ruru. I don't know. I don't understand. Man, what?
Snatch, crackle, and pop. Nigga, get the fuck up out
That
of there.
Spurs across you. Hey, that Spurs across you, that's Pop.
Nah.
That Spurs,
Not
that,
no more.
that shit around,
Not no
that shit
more.
around your chest,
Not no
that's
more.
Pop.
Not no
You
more.
can't say the Spurs without
This
Pop.
shit say wee.
No, that shit says
Nigga, this shit say wee. Nigga,
I really like his earrings.
this shit say crepe. Nigga, nigga, this shit say French fry. Nigga,
Bonjour.
you hear me?
You see what?
French toast, nigga.
French.
That's what we on. Yeah.
No, that's Pop.
Yeah, we triple doubles with blocks, nigga. Huh? Who was the last that did that?
The Admiral David Robinson back on February 20th.
French toast was invented long before France even existed. The first known recorded recipe for French toast comes from Rome around 300 AD. The Rome author Apicius included it in his cookbook titled Cooking and Dining in Imperial Rome. Huh. Okay. I was just curious. I genuinely didn't know. So, yeah. That's a dumb VA clan. I'm trying my best not to get through it. I want to like distract myself as much as humanly possible. I will literally just talk about French toast for the rest of this video if we have to. Brandon, that's true. All right. Well, okay. Let's see.
23rd, 1990.
So another Spurs.
Excuse me.
Are you saying it's a conspiracy, Gil?
Another
No,
one.
I mean,
A conspiracy?
no Spurs. I mean, 10 blocks for any big, that's impressive. I mean, to be honest, it didn't even have to be a rookie. That's more impressive. But just getting 10 blocks in the game for any shot blocker is like, to be honest, that is the triple-double for a guard.
And if you got the 10 blocks, you ought to think how many shots did he alter in the bad shots, too, which is...
Thanks, Stefan. Oh, how many rings they go? Wait, what? How many rings they go? What do you mean? How many rings they got? Oh, 0.
And it's in the era where we ain't got the big really in the paint like that. He coming from the top, he guarding on the perimeter. Imagine if he just down there like everything you come down here is out of here. That was Hakeem and Shaq. Them was
Push everybody. That's what the defense
that
did.
shit outta here.
Push everybody to us.
we good.
So
Who
we got
averaged the most blocks in a year?
think it's
It'll
Hakeem.
probably be Mutombo? No.
What's that number? Because I'm sure,
It
like,
probably is going to be Chet. I mean, it's probably going to be women.
That's
Might have been
Like,
Theo
I
Ratliff.
think Mark Eaton had the most blocks in the season, but let me give you the average.
What's so funny is that should be
Mark Eaton was a beast with them blocks.
That should be the.
Because I think he
was beating shit. Get that shit out of here.
5 or 6, 7.
Yeah, he gonna lead the league. He gonna break some block records.
Nah, my man.
I mean, yeah, because
I'm skipping.
Because they didn't have the.
I'm skipping.
14 for a career.
I'm
More
skipping.
records and the most quadruple duple records, but they didn't have.
Crazy.
I'm not gonna front, bro. I gotta do my history on Wilt, bro.
Here we go.
Don't waste your time. So we played in a year where it was AAU season. 8 teams. They started off with 9 teams, and then halfway through the season, they
I'm
just.
skipping.
And is he gonna get it done? Yeah, he's gonna get it done because he does pass. He does shot block. So the 2 categories that he would need, he's very active.
Think Wemby will be the 5th player to record a quadruple double. Yeah. Wait, has there only been 5 players to record a quadruple double? I know it's Duncan, and I know it's David. There's only been 5? 4 people. Yeah, 4? What? Wait, didn't Duncan get a quadruple double? Yep, and 2 of them are Spurs. Why is this saying this quadruple doubles in NBA history? And Duncan ain't on here. No, they took 2 blocks off for no reason. What? I never knew that. No, Duncan didn't count. I did not know that. 8 blocks, Duncan. So they took those 2 off. Why did not know that? What the heck? Why did they do it? Like go back and they were like, oh, it was a goaltend, or I really don't know. Does anyone know? He had a near quad dub in the finals. I know about that. They just took it away, huh? Gave it to the Admiral and someone else. Oh. Okay. That's stupid. Whatever. I actually didn't know that.
Active in it, right? Just win. What year? Next year?
Do you think he'd be the first player to get multiple quadruple doubles?
It's only happened once?
Pretty well, which we don't have the stats for because obviously they didn't become stats till 73, 74.
Yeah, so
no player's done it twice.
I think he'll be the first one to get it twice.
Oh, yeah, he'll get it twice for sure. Like it's you can blatantly see how good he is at passing the ball. You got to get him some defenders, okay? Where like teams are just being forced to take shots and they're not getting good shots off. You get him some defenders, get him some shooters. He can facilitate the ball very well. He might even win the skills contest. We'll see though. Yeah, that's what you do, and we'll be fine. He's definitely gonna get a couple. He'll definitely get a couple. I mean, he's doing well right now with like not much help at all.
If they start playing through him, I think
That's what I said.
they're
That's
not
what I
playing
said.
through him.
That's,
Like,
Oh no, people that don't watch the game is talking about my Spurs. They're not playing through him, guys. The Spurs aren't playing through Wemby. Wow. You haven't watched any game. You just showed up to the studio with this jersey on. You haven't seen not one game. He hasn't watched one Spurs game. He is a stat watcher. He is a stat chaser. He probably still thinks so. Exactly, Jared. He still thinks Sohan's the point guard. Good God, dude. And there's some people that unironically still say that. They're like, Sohan's just stopped being point guard. And it's like, dude, we stopped doing that like after 20 games. 20 games in, it was over. He wasn't point guard anymore. Jeez. Oh my gosh. If they start playing through him, are they going to call him out on this? Okay, I'm here. Buy merch. Yeah, buy clanthemerchfan.com. Link in the description.
That's what I said. This year, next year,
pass that bitch. Though.
next year, because he can pass. I think next year when the offense changes and it's his offense, yeah.
Okay, Blue.
I'll say like in a couple years for sure.
Because I mean,
I see him
as
older.
As
As
I
he
said,
gets older,
because
like
as I said, if Jokic was a shot blocker and had that type of ability, he would be doing it. So
Easy. But I see him getting steals too, though.
I was thinking about that too. I was like, ooh,
He like to gamble and give me that.
he gonna have a year they're gonna be looking at the numbers like, yo, this shit crazy.
29 minutes though. He did that in 29 minutes, boy. They still restricting this man's minutes like that, bro. That's unbelievable.
I don't think I can get through this, y'all. Thanks, Greg, for the. Oh, he said, "On God, oh God, here comes the bad takes." Yeah. Guys, I don't know if I can do this. Wow, they're still restricting his minutes. Wow. Oh God, they haven't watched any. He knows it was a blowout, right? That's why he got 29 minutes.
Unbelievable.
He gonna be in this motherfucker.
I'm looking at him like, how did he only play 29 minutes?
They gonna get. Listen,
I can't wait.
Spurs.
Because we blew him out. That's why he only played 29 minutes. Did you even look at the score? Like you didn't watch anything. I don't even think you watched highlights. You couldn't have watched highlights because you would have known why he played 29 minutes in that game. We blew them out. That's why he played 29 minutes. What are we talking about here? Dude? What is this? Jeez.
22 years out of him.
No, for sure.
They getting 22 years. All right, listen.
He said they gonna get 22.
Them 65 games, shit, they can say whatever y'all want. They getting 22 years out of young fella. Shit, y'all crazy as hell. Y'all think
wait till his, like,
y'all think
fourth,
these
fifth
listen,
year.
look, Larry Bird and Magic years, they get you 11, 13. Them days is over. Them days of my superstar playing 11 years, 12 years. No, man, this is a business.
I believe it.
I'm getting these guys at 19. You get 20 years out of these dudes.
I believe
Yeah,
it.
That money, that San Antonio, that jersey, right? 20 years being sold.
Do you think
20 years is a long time. I will say this, Wemby has the type of game where he's so skilled at so many different things. And, the game isn't like too physical that could just, injure you forever anymore. I don't know about 20, but I'll say possibly he could get, I don't know, 16, 17, superstar. I don't know. 20 just seems really long. That's like LeBron. Wait for it. Oh God, no.
that Wemby will stay in that jersey for his entire career?
Hell yeah. 20 years.
Not a chance.
They give
Not a goddamn
They're gonna
chance.
buy him everything.
Not a goddamn
They gonna own the rodeo shows
They
and
pay
everything.
too much money. It's too much money. It's like at some point, it's
Too
like,
much
I got
money.
too much bread, bro. I don't give a fuck about. I need to get out of here.
Ooh, nah, let me see. Hold on.
I need to get out of here.
New York?
Somewhere bigger.
New York. That's the only big.
I need to get out of here, though. Get me the fuck out of here.
I doubt it.
What? What was this? What? I need more money. I need to get it. What are we talking about? What are we even talking about anymore? McCants is so it's like, I don't even want to, guys, I don't even want to argue against this because he obviously knows nothing about San Antonio. He doesn't know the fact that they're expanding out. He doesn't understand the San Antonio market and how it's getting larger and larger. Like, they've been actively working on this for years now. What are we talking about? Yeah, we won't be New York, but Wemby, it's like he doesn't even know the player he's talking about. It's like he just came into the studio and they were like, hey, we're talking about Wemby. So he like bought him a Wemby jersey real quick and just came into the studio and they were like, hey, he had 10 blocks. He had 10 blocks, man. 10 blocks, man. That's amazing. Screw Popovich. Leave San Antonio. I don't know. He did not watch any games. He doesn't know Wemby at all. He hasn't watched any Wemby interviews. He doesn't understand what the San Antonio Spurs franchise is doing. He doesn't understand how popular the market is becoming. He just doesn't know. I don't know. Just randomly just throwing it out. He'll just leave. Why? He is every basic basketball fan hating on the small. He's not even like, this isn't even like casual behavior. This is hater behavior. There's levels to this, okay? Like a casual behavior, they'll say, a casual will say, okay, dang, Wemby really needs some help. The Spurs really need to give him some help. But thank God he has Popovich. Popovich is going to make him a monster. But man, and that's like a casual fan from afar. That's how they think. They're like, He has Popovich. He's in a good system. He's with the Spurs. He'll be fine. But, man, they really need to do something, give him some help. That's a casual viewpoint. That's a very casual viewpoint. This is hater mentality. It's like anything to get him away from Popovich. That's his default. When in doubt, hate Popovich.
Why?
I doubt it. It's hard, man.
Because now it's like, I want to stand alone on my own legacy. Fuck all this Tim Duncan, David Robinson shit. I came in on.
Can't even show you. There you go. Can you see that? You see it? You see that? Screw that David Robinson and Tim Duncan stuff.
On that.
Tim Duncan played 19 years.
Rocking Old Navy.
Came in at 21. Shit.
Because at this point, it's
he
like, he
got
got
22 years.
He got to play that long to even surpass them. And they're
Nah, yeah, he don't. Just like even with like Luka. I mean, the only thing that's gonna stop Wemby with Tim is the rings early.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the only thing. It's the ring.
That's a big thing, though. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. 5 rings. Let's say he don't win, but he played 20 years. It's like, yeah, it's not enough. It wasn't Timmy.
Well, how long do you think it's going to take the Spurs to be competitive? It seems like they.
About 3 years ish. I feel like next year we'll be okay. I think there will be a decent team, probably play in, late playoff team. Hopefully, that's what I'm hoping for. And probably after 2025, once we can actually get a point guard. I don't think we'll do it in 2024. I could be wrong. Probably 2-3 years. Probably 2-3 years. 3 years. 3 years, I think. Me too. I think probably like 3 years they'll be competitive. Maybe two.
They're going to start to make some moves to surround Wemby.
I mean, they got pieces.
With some
Though.
talent.
The thing is, they got pieces.
To do what?
It just depends on who want to come there.
To do what? They got pieces.
Then no free agent.
I can't be mad. This is like hate. It's like no matter what they say, he's gonna go against it. Like this is the type of dude you can't argue against. Like seriously, like some people you just can't argue out of their. You can't argue them out of their positions. He's one of those people. There's no arguing him out of anything. There's no rhyme or reason for the reason or why he's saying what he's saying. There's not one smart take that's going to come out of his mouth because everything is just a mask for his hatred of Popovich.
I mean, they got a bunch of young. Or just stay with the youngins.
But let's say
Get rid of Wemby.
Let's say you're a point guard looking
who?
for a change of scenery.
Trade. It's gonna be a trade. I mean, if they had to
Get rid of Wemby.
They had to.
who?
He gonna leave.
Bro, they're not getting rid.
He gonna want out.
Wemby ain't going nowhere, man.
Trade Wemby.
Get me out of here.
They must.
All right, I'm gonna get you out
I'm
of here.
retire. I'm retire early.
Listen, they trade
He gonna
Wemby. They might as well get that
He'll
team
Yao
out of San
Ming it.
Antonio.
He'll Yao Ming it. I'll go back to my country.
Who? He ain't Yao.
He's just hating. Like there's nothing I can say to this. He is absolutely a contrarian. I think he just hates the Spurs.
Minging it.
He ain't going nowhere.
He ain't that big.
No, Gilbert Arenas, he says making Gil seem reasonable. Gilbert Arenas has been reasonable when it comes to the Spurs. He's just like not with other stuff.
He ain't Yao big.
Really?
Nah.
Yao Ming?
Really?
Who?
Wemby is not bigger than Yao. When Yao Ming was playing?
I don't know.
No, he said like big as a star. Like overall, Yao from China?
But that don't equate here. I mean, there's more. I mean, well, there's more Asian. I don't know. I'm making this shit up, right? I'm just guessing. There's more Asians in America than there is Frenchmen, right?
Yep.
Okay, so
I mean, yeah.
but I didn't.
Actually, how should we do this? Yeah. I didn't know this. Countrywide, as of 2020, there are about 9.4 million U.S. residents who declare French ancestry. I'm sure it's like way different in Canada, right? And then let's see. And then 18.43 Asian Americans. Cool, I guess. I don't know. I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. I'll be real with you guys. I'm just muscling through. I should apologize for stressing you out this much, Clan. It's okay, Bevan.
Research that I just made that. See, this is when I make shit up. So when y'all think I'm just making shit, I say I'm making shit up right now. I would just assume that there's more Asians than there are French.
Yeah.
So
It's very self-aware. Oh, crap. I was just curious how many French people there are in America.
I'm pretty sure would be bigger.
French toast. French fries.
Y'all wasn't, bro.
French kiss.
See, I don't think we.
No.
I don't think we thinking about the time like when you.
The French airline.
Like y'all
better stop fucking around with
Nah,
me.
we know Yao was bigger because of this. The players around Yao benefited for Yao.
Absolutely.
So Steve, for instance,
And Tracy.
That's how big Yao is.
Okay, so Yao was big, right?
That's how big China is. That ain't how big y'all is.
I mean, here though, they don't equate all them.
I mean, shit, they was watching y'all games the next day in the morning.
Yep.
And still voting.
You
was
said the
bull.
French kiss. I just really made me think like French niggas was getting it in.
French niggas do it.
I'm just
They the
saying.
romance capital.
This has made me think of another pod another segment from the pod in which I think Gilbert Arenas called Yao Ming a superstar, but then said Luka isn't. It was sad. It was actually genuinely sad. I think he really did say that. Like he said Yao Ming is considered a superstar, but Luka isn't. Very weird behavior there.
Listen, that's why I learned to get to work. Then went to France and I said, this is how you get to work. This is how you get to work.
It ain't.
Romeo and Juliet. Romeo said you got to do it like this, nigga.
You gotta
Get the kisser in her mouth.
gotta go overseas.
You got the kisser in her mouth, Brandon.
You know the
Can
they not media like the Clippers when they was losing, all the media was talking shit. They winning now. They pretend that it ain't even happening. Just look at it like that.
And they talking.
That was terrible, dude. That was wow. That was just misery. And what made it misery is that there was no genuine discussion at all. He's just hating. You can see it on his face that he doesn't mean. He's just anything to go against the Spurs. Look at his face. Anything to go against the Spurs, he was gonna say it. It didn't matter. It didn't matter. I hate discussions like this, dude. There's nothing to argue against. I'm embarrassed for them. It was ridiculous. You missed Gil's last take? Okay.
Yeah, that's a get to work, nigga. That's how you get to tell to work early. Listen, baby, I want to make you uncomfortable. I'll sleep naked, baby.
Sleep naked, Vaseline on his feet and socks on.
I mean, hey,
I don't know what that is.
Hey, chat. If you guys want to know how big or how good Wemby is, listen to the media talk about him right now.
Good, we are the media.
No, not us. We're players. Listen to the media, right? They're not bashing him.
Oh, haha.
That's how good he is. He's so good right now that they can't even bash him. All the hype that they were saying, all that hype they was giving him before, if he was playing under their expectations, they would be killing him right now. So the fact that they can't even say his record is that bad that they can't even use the record because he is playing so well. That's how good Wemby is that the media don't even want to they just pretend he ain't even in the league no more.
Yeah, it's all potential.
Yep.
All the potential.
They can't even say that anymore. They're like, oh shit, this motherfucker had 10 blocks. Goddamn, triple double. Like,
Triple double.
shit. That's how good he is. That the media, like the Clippers, when they was losing, all the media was talking shit. They winning now. They pretend that it ain't even happening. Just look at it like that.
No, that's actually a really fine point. Yeah, he is so good that it's kind of ridiculous. Like people can't even criticize him. And he has so much of competitiveness to him that he will be a player that you just won't be able to heavily criticize. And there's just a few players like that. There's a few players like that. It's just going to be really hard for you to criticize them. He's not going to come up short too often. I just don't see it. I mean, if he's having an off game, he can always rely on his athleticism and his size and everything. Some of these games, even I feel like personally, that was actually a good way to end it, because I feel like personally, Wemby has hit a rookie wall. He hit that rookie wall, and even within those games, if you weren't paying attention and actually watching, you just looked at the stats, it was still impressive. Like, he still did fairly well stat wise. So yeah, I completely agree with that take. Like, you can't really bash him. He's too good. And it's going to be similar like Duncan, right? Like, Duncan never got bashed. That's another thing, too. When you're a Spurs player, I think you do have kind of that blanket. You don't get bashed too often. I think Popovich does a pretty good job of, kind of putting it on himself oftentimes, where, a lot of media doesn't really bash Popovich unless you're Skip Bayless. But for the most part, if they get criticism, it kind of lands on Pop. But he'll have that same safety blanket that Duncan had. Duncan didn't get criticized that heavily. But then again, every game he competed, he's just one of those guys. I just don't think he'll get critiqued too hard. Because of a mixture of him and the fact that he plays for the Spurs. But McCants here, he thinks he should leave for some reason. No reason, actually. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Yeah, that was misery. That was absolutely misery. And I'm not talking about Kathy Bates. Yeah. That was terrible, guys. All right, let's see. Jeez. That was pretty terrible. Well, that took something out of me. Controversies make good conversations, I suppose. How much game left? Quite a bit. Ooh. I support you, Clan, 100%. What you mean? What is a smart controversy? Clan, it was soul destroying. Yeah, that was pretty bad. I'm already scared to see what year 2 Wemby looks like. Dude, year 1 Wemby looks like year 2 Wemby. That's how good he is. All right, let's see if we're going to do any more segments. I will be going live tomorrow night. Because we got some stuff to talk about tomorrow night. But let's see. As of right now, let's see what we got here. See if it's worth it. Is it worth it? Let's see. Is there anything to talk about? Yeah, let me see what I got on. Oh, actually, there is something to discuss. Should we do it? I guess we should. Our should we hold on it? We'll hold on. We'll hold off. We can talk about it tomorrow night. Look at some comments. What happened to Keldon? I thought he had potential. There's actually quite a few people coming out saying, yeah, not bought on Keldon. Hobbyist observation says Keldon Johnson is a great guy, very lovable personality. He's not part of Spurs core going forward. The Spurs in general have, the bid since the middle of the second, so it isn't all his fault. But KJ has given the team nothing in this game, and he's been poor all year. That is true. Hey, it's me. Oh, that's you? Hey, Brandon. I didn't realize that was you. You have really great takes. I think I'm following you, right? Yeah, I follow you. You have really great takes, Brendan. Yeah, I saw you post something in my comment saying that you have a YouTube channel. What's your YouTube channel? So we can shout it out. Where did you post that at? I think you posted it here. Yeah, you said... No, wait. No, this isn't it. Keldon isn't part of the team's core going forward. I have no idea what some folks on the streams are watching with him. I have no idea either. Why do we have such poor 3-point defense? Because we have no defenders. I replied to your YouTube. I thought you said you had a channel. You said, like I say on my YouTube channel. Was that not you that said that? Do you not have a YouTube channel? Or you were just saying on my YouTube channel? I don't have an active channel myself. Hopefully I'll get it restarted soon. You really should, because you have really good takes. Should I just take some time to shout out people that you should follow on Twitter? I don't have a list, but I have people that come to mind pretty quickly. First off, Hobbyist Observations. Really great stuff here. He has great takes, so please follow him. Wonderful takes even. So follow Hobbyist Brendan. That's number 1. Okay? Write this down, by the way, or screenshot it. Just screenshot it. I don't know. This is 2024. What am I talking about? Screenshot it. And we have Ty Yeager. Ty Yeager has really great takes. Yeah, no matter what, most of every time that I listen to Ty Yeager, or I see Ty Yeager on Twitter, it's a good take. It's something, profound. What is this? I'm sorry, not sorry, but if an elementary school group is doing the national anthem, I put the TV on mute. Oh, is it bad? Let's see. Oh, is it that bad? Oh, gosh. Oh, God. Oh, God. We're not doing that. Ty's on point. Yeah, Ty Yeager is another one. Let's see. John Cho Villa is another great one. His takes are awesome. He has really great Spurs takes as well. So that's another one. So follow John Cho Villa. Let's see, who else come to mind? Here's one. This man is very controversial, but he has great takes too. Gosh, his name is Jay, but I'm trying to remember what his YouTube channel, his Twitter channel is. Hold on. I probably messaged him once. Yeah, here he is. Give me a second. Here we go. Jay Takas? At J Takers. Follow him too. Really great takes. But I will be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you, all right? He's pretty raw, all right? He will go in on you. Yeah, he will go in. Not safe for work, some of the stuff, but he's awesome. He's great. He always has great takes. He's pretty funny too. So that's a good one. So, yeah. So he has good takes. These are very reasonable people, okay? If you want some good takes, these are very reasonable people. And unfortunately, they don't get enough they don't get enough views. They deserve way more views than they get. More likes than they get. But he's great. Who else? Thanks for the shout out, Clan. Jay's spicy, but we've had fun going back and forth. He's a good one. He's a good one. Here's another guy that I think for the most part he has good takes. Okay, I know Jay goes at him a lot, but Eric Salinas, he has good takes, but I think sometimes he gets and he's really cool. He's a nice guy too, but I think sometimes he gets a little bottled down by like I know I can be biased with stuff, but I think he gets biased with things and then he makes arguments for it where it's like, oh, come on, you can't honestly believe that. But so draft stuff, I don't agree on him often with draft stuff, but just overarching, I feel like his takes are usually pretty decent. You're usually pretty good. The thing that bothers me with some people when they have takes about the San Antonio Spurs is like, it's all a mask for something else, like when you peel back the mask, it's really just hatred for Popovich, and they've been waiting for him to be kicked out since the 90s. It's like something really strange going on. It's like contrarian type of takes, or hatred or contrarian takes. But Eric Salinas, I think he gives like really good takes, especially when he's talking about like specific games and breaking down what he saw. I think he does a good job at that, like a really good job at that. But yeah, like I think right now, one thing I've noticed him talking about is how he's not like sold on getting Trae Young. I don't agree, but I respect his opinion. But yeah. Just for fun, Spurs Muse. Yeah, they're fine. All right, guys, I'm getting off. I got to go to bed. It's getting late. I can't stay on for a super long time, but I will jump on tomorrow. We'll talk. And we have a few more things to go over. I think at least 3 more segments. I got to make a thumbnail for tomorrow, and then, yeah, I'll go live sometime tomorrow. Good night, Clan. Thanks for jumping on after this painful game. Hey, thank you, Brandon. Yeah, this was awful. It was dreadful. W stream. Thank you, man. All right, guys. I'll get with you later. Good night, S. Good night, Steven. I'll see you guys later. Bye.